other cities across the country. One of America's most dangerous cities, Milwaukee, has become a nightmare for its residents. Carjackings, they are up 30% from 2 years ago.
Christina Williams walked out of her apartment to find busted windows and shattered glass.
I looked around and I noticed that all of our cars were broken into,
including her own. Angelina Bradford says her car has been broken into at least 4 times in the last year. Her window still busted out.
Y'all just come over here, not a care in the world, just take it from people who work hard.
Neighbors want the break-ins to stop and for the thieves to be caught.
Milwaukee has the third highest violent crime rate in America, and shootings are an everyday occurrence. Just last week, 2 teen gangs engaged in a shootout that left 6 kids shot. They luckily all survived.
That baby. Oh, Lord, come on, Jesus. Jesus. That baby done been shot in the neck, my God.
Wow. Residents of neighboring suburbs are rightfully worried that this kind of violent crime is starting to leak out into their towns. Wisconsin Republicans are trying to nip this in the bud by investing in more policing, but not everyone's on board. This is what Democrat State Senator LaTanya Johnson had to say about the plan.
To say that these additional police are needed because crime is spilling out into the suburbs. What about these babies who are being lost right in their own cities, who are born into poverty and then who die before they even get an opportunity to change what they were even born into? The suburbs, because they don't know a goddamn thing about how life is in the city.
Morgan Ortegas is a Polaris national security founder and former State Department spokesperson and colleague of mine. Morgan, defund the police, defund ICE, F the suburbs. Who writes this stuff?
You know what's sort of crazy about this story too, Kaylee, is it's not like crime is just isolated to cities or even fentanyl. What we're seeing, for example, in the fentanyl crisis, that affects and plagues every community in America, right? That is the #1 killer of people 18 to 49 in this country. And people who are experiencing this fentanyl overdoses in their family, it doesn't matter if you live in the city or in the suburbs or what your ethnicity is or what your socioeconomic status is of your family. We're seeing that it affects all walks of life, and that's why people should be concerned about crime in this country and about the border. And I think parents in the suburbs and in major cities are worried not only about their communities, but how can your heart not break whenever you see these images of crime in major cities in America? You and I have talked about it so much on Outnumbered, and I think if you're a human being, you care not only for your children, but for the children that have to endure the crime in cities like Milwaukee that are plaguing these communities.
Yeah, well, LaTanya doesn't seem to care too much with the F the suburbs. I mean, it's crazy to me. Morgan, just speaking purely politically, how dumb is this move? I mean, suburban moms, suburban women, we hear about this all the time. They were apparently key to Biden's victory. So F the suburbs? I mean, this is going to be in ads. F the suburbs, F the suburbs. Vote for the Republican nominee.
Yeah, what if, in the Fox News article that talked about this, someone was quoted as saying, what if someone from the suburbs used that language about the city? Yeah. How about bringing communities together and not trying to constantly divide us? I mean, we actually know, Kaylee, in major cities around America that people are leaving because of the crime problem. We've certainly seen this over the many stories that you and I have covered in Chicago, for example. And so I wish politicians at the state level, at the national level, stop using rhetoric to divide us, and instead let's find creative and constructive solutions to bring our communities together. Using this type of language in a state capital, it's unbecoming of a legislator.
Unbecoming, and mark my words, this will make it into a campaign ad. Morgan, thank you.
Yeah.
The Biden administration just dropped a huge July 4th Friday news dump. They always do. We'll tell you what it is.